I was watching a video on YouTube, and I believe some guy said, or I think it was a woman, one of them said, "My friend's a pedophile. What should I do?" And I'm like, what do you mean what you should do? Cut them loose. Simple as that. There's nothing to think about. Let me tell y'all something, man. If you have friends in your personal life and you hear allegations about them being pedophiles and stuff like that, now the first thing you should do, yeah, investigate first and see if it's true. If you know your friend's first name or last name, if you know how to search them up, you can search them up on the records. So if you know how to do like search up on people's records, if they've been in and out in jail, you can do that. Do that first. Because even if you ask your friend and they know the allegation is true about them being a pedophile, they're not going to confess to you and tell you that. They're either probably going to play stupid with you, or they're probably going to get an attitude with you or try to get tough at you for bringing that up to them. It could go either way. But if you got a friend and you think they're a pedophile and you hear allegations about them and you search them up on the internet and you look up mug shots or whatever, or look up criminal records or whatever like that, you search them up on criminal records or whatever, and you find out that the allegation is true, cut them loose. Simple as that. Cut them loose. Cut them sickos out of your life. And I'm not really the type of person that would go around and try to pick somebody's friends for them. But if it's got something to do with a friend being a pedophile and the allegation about your friend is 100% true about them, then yeah, I'm going to have something to say about it and say, you need to cut that person loose, because it's not going to make you look good by standing by him, making up excuses for him. Oh man, he didn't mean it like that. Because that's the thing that's the problem with this generation, people. We live in a generation that people will make up excuses for these pedophiles. And EDP is a perfect example. Not just EDP, any other pedophiles out there who got caught messing with minors. You got idiots out there makes up excuses for EDP. You got idiots out there make up excuses for Dr. What's his name? Dr. Disrespect. People making up excuses for him. You know what I'm saying? The list just goes on and on. That you got these people on the internet, including the real world, makes up excuses for these people. And they think it's funny. They think it's funny. They really do. You know what I'm saying? And one of my homeboys did time in prison. He did time in prison, and I believe he is telling the truth. But see, my homeboy, he went to prison for robbing. You know what I'm saying? He did like 10 years for burglary or something, but he got charged for robbing though. It had nothing to do with messing with minors. None of that. He did about 10 or 15 years in the joint. And he told me during that time period when he got locked up, oh yeah, there was pedophiles in there in that prison where he was at. He didn't really share the same cell with pedophiles, but there was a bunch of pedophiles where he served his time in prison. Yeah, I'm not going to really say. I don't like to put too much his business out there, but I mean this is about 10 or 15 years ago. But anyway, long story short, he told me that half of these people don't really do nothing to these pedophiles. They do nothing to them. That's why these pedophiles do what they do. Because he was telling me, he said, man, some of these inmates be knowing about these pedophiles and they don't be doing nothing to them. Nothing. And I believe him, because when I was on YouTube watching a couple of YouTube videos of people who did time in prison just like my homeboy did, they said exactly the same thing. Some of them said the same thing. They said some of these prisons that these pedophiles go to, these people don't be doing nothing to them. Nothing. And they be knowing about the allegations. But they do nothing to these pedophiles. Like absolutely nothing. They don't confront them about it. No, nothing. And that's why when some of these pedophiles gets out of prison, that's why they go right back doing the same crap that they did before they got locked up. Because no one in prison stepped up to them. There was this one pedophile that I saw on YouTube. This dude did 20 years. He did 20 years in prison. And when he got out, he did the same thing over and over again. And this is how I know, because the predator catchers out there, when they caught him, they asked him. He told them that he just got out of prison like a couple of years ago. And the guy asked him, well, how long or what you did to prison? He said pedophilia, messing with minors. And the guy asked him, like, well, how long you served time in prison? And the guy said, oh, well, I did 20 years. And the predator catcher was like, dude, you did 20 years in prison and you're still out doing the same stuff? Like, they don't be doing nothing to these pedophiles in prison, man. They don't be doing nothing to these guys, man. That's why these pedophiles, that is exactly the reason why they take their chances. That is one of the reasons why they take their chances. Because they know if they ever get caught and they go to prison, they know ain't nobody gonna mess with them, ain't nobody gonna approach them, ain't nobody gonna confront these sickos. That's why they feel like they're protected. Like, oh, when I go to prison, they ain't gonna mess with me down there. Back in the 90s and 80s and 70s, man, if inmates down there knew that you was a pedophile, man, they'll come straight to your cell and beat you down, man. They will beat you down and say, hey, man, I got a daughter out there. I got a daughter and son out there, man. That could have been my daughter and son that you could have been messing with. You know what I'm saying? You used to have inmates like that. But those kind of inmates are pretty much extinct now. They extinct like dinosaurs. There's not too many of them around. And some of them gotten too old now. But they used to be inmates out there that would confront these pedophiles and would beat these pedophiles to the end of their life. Nowadays, they don't. Some of these prisons don't do absolutely nothing to some of these pedophiles. Nothing to them. But they'll do something to. They'll kill each other though. You notice that, right? These inmates, they'll kill each other, whether they white, black, Mexicans, or whatever. They go to war with each other, but they don't want to go to war with these pedophiles in prison. And I got a feeling, if these inmates started going to war, but they say, man, why should I go to war with a pedophile and this and that? You know what I'm saying? If they start going to war with these pedophiles and these transgenders out there, man, maybe it would make these pedophiles that's roaming around free, maybe it would probably make them think twice of messing with kids. Maybe it'll probably make them think twice and they'll be like, nah, I can't do this because if I get caught and I end up going to prison, I'm a dead man walking. So nah, I'm not going to go there messing with a minor. You know what I'm saying? But the message ain't been passed on, man. Some of these inmates ain't doing nothing to these pedophiles in prison, man. Nothing to them. That's why they doing what they doing. That's one of the reasons, like I was saying. But, as I was saying, man, if you got a friend, cut them loose. If you got a friend and they're a pedophile, you cut them out of your life. Because it's not going to make you look good by standing by their side and feeling sorry for them. I ain't saying you got to fight your friends or kill them or harass them. Just don't have nothing to do with them. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. There was some guys back in my high school days. I knew them back in my high school days. And then when we got in our 20s, early 20s, see, I'm the kind of guy that I always look through mug shots. And see, back then, this was when MySpace was out. But I was always the kind of guy that would look through mug shots and stuff like that. But this was when I was like searching up their name because I knew these guys like full name and last name, but they was friends of mine back in my high school days. But as soon as we graduated from high school, we kind of like lost contact with each other. But I seen their mug shots and they was charged with messing with minors. So, because this was back in 2017 2000, I want to say 2010 or 2009 or 2008. It was back then because they was charged with messing with minors. Now remember, as soon as we graduated from high school, we lost contact with each other for 2 years. So I didn't see these guys before I got in my 20s because we graduated we was 18 years old when we graduated from high school. So it's been about maybe 2 or 3 years since we last spoke. So when I finally saw these guys, I saw both of their mug shots on the internet back then, charged with messing with minors. So one day I was at the grocery store and I saw them and they said, yo, what up, Jay? You know what I did? I put my hoodie on Walked away. They said, and got in my car and kept it going. They're like, yo, Jay, man. What's up, man? How come you don't fuck with me no more, man? Nah, dog, I don't hang with pedophiles, bro. What? What? You heard what I said, nigga? I don't hang with pedophiles, bro. I don't want to have no association with pedophiles, bro. Stay away from me, bro. I don't want you in my car. Don't even come to my house, knocking on my damn door. Don't do none of that. You come to my house knocking on my door, we're gonna have problems. Just stay away from me. That's how I ended with my friend. I ain't gotta argue with him. Think I'm gonna sit there and have an associating with pedophiles and stuff like that? I said, nigga, you got me fucked up. Nigga, you think you're gonna be thinking that we're gonna exchange numbers again and thinking you're gonna ride out with me and we're gonna hang out with each other like we did when we was kids? Nah, nigga, that ain't gonna happen, nigga. I don't hang with pedophiles. I despise pedophiles and I hate them. Well, why do you hate them? What kind of stupid ass question is that? Why would anybody ask somebody a stupid ass question on why do they hate pedophiles? That is a stupid ass damn question. Why would anybody say, why do you hate a pedophile? Or you're caught chasing? Why would anybody say anything sick like that? Like, seriously, why would anybody say anything sick like that? Oh, you're just a hater. Why would anybody say something sick like that? Like it's sick. It's just sick. It's just very sick of people asking stupid ass questions on why do you hate a pedophile? What you mean why I hate a pedophile? What kind of dumb ass question is that? Are you a pedophile yourself? Because you asking me a stupid ass question on why I hate a pedophile. You must be one yourself. You gonna sit there and ask me a stupid ass, dumb ass question. God damn, man. Like, people just so ignorant, man. This world is just full of ignorant people. And that's one thing I despise, man. I despise stupid and ignorant people. Everything is not always forgiving. I think people talking about, oh, you got to forgive and this and that. I think that's overrated. Not everything is forgiving. Some things can be forgiving and some things can't be forgiving. And no, I'm not trying to sit here and say that I'm God or what makes you think you're God. I ain't saying none of that. Don't put words in my mouth. I have my belief. And my belief is this. Some things can be forgiving and some things can't be forgiving. That's my belief. I'm not asking anybody to agree with me or disagree with me on that, but that's just my belief, and no one can change that. Because you have your sick belief and I have my belief. Whatever your belief is, I don't care. I have my belief just like you have your belief in things. This is why you can't have conversations with ignorant people. Because if you try to tell them about your belief, they'll say, well, fuck you, your belief is stupid, Jug. And then they tell me their belief, I'm going to say their belief is stupid and that. And then we end up fighting and arguing over, fight and argue. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm the kind of guy that I always try to keep my belief to myself. I don't usually like to brag about the internet, but that's just my belief in things. You know what I'm saying? That's my belief. People want to agree with me, they agree with me. If not, I don't care. But that's just my belief. But yeah, we live in a nasty and disgusting world, man, where people, I don't know, man. It's just crazy, man, how people makes up excuses for these pedophiles. Like, look at these female school teachers that sleep with these students. They make up excuses for these female school teachers. Oh, she was just trying to help him out. She was just trying to show him what's it like to make love and all that stuff like that. So what, you're trying to say that she's not a pedophile? But if a man do it, of course he's a pedophile. But if a woman do it with a minor, she's not considered as a pedophile? Man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Get out of here. It's crazy, man. It's crazy the mindset of the world that we live in, man. And I'm just pointing this out. This is not me complaining and bitching. This is just me pointing out all the ignorant shit that goes on in this world, man. All the ignorant shit. When you point the shit out, they want to get offended about that shit. Oh, they will get all butthurt and offended about that shit. Who in the world wants to feel sorry for a pedophile? Who? What kind of sick person in this world would want to feel sorry for a pedophile? Not me. Not me. I don't feel sorry for a pedophile. A pedophile either deserve to be extinct like dinosaurs, or they deserve to be locked up, caged like an animal for the rest of their life. That's all it is with a pedophile. They either need to be extinct like dinosaurs, or they need to be locked up in a cage somewhere, rotting for the rest of their life. I have no sympathy for no pedophile whatsoever. There's nothing remorseful about, there's no redeeming a pedophile. I've said this before. There's no redeeming and fixing a pedophile. Nothing. What, you're going to talk to them and tell them, oh, don't do it again? No, the damage has been done. Once a pedo is always a pedo. Just like they say about a cheater. Once a cheater, always a cheater. And once a pedo is always a pedo. Ain't no changing these people. They're sneaky, slime ball, scum of a people, these pedophiles. They are. They all are. They're scumbag of a people. They're sneaky, scumbag of a people. They think they're sneaky. They think they're slick. Some of them probably still getting away with it to this day because they're a bunch of scumbag, sneaky bastards out there. That's all they are. Anyway, that's pretty much all I gotta say about these sick people. I'm out. Peace.